Welcome back everyone to a brand new Unreal Engine 4 tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to be creating our first level in Unreal Engine. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Also make sure the notification bell is clicked so you never miss a single upload, stream, or premiere I come to this channel. Let's get right into this video. What you gotta do is make sure you have the Epic Games Launcher installed, which is this. If you don't have this Epic Games Launcher installed, there'll be a video pinned in the comments on how to get that installed, and also it will show you how to install the Unreal Engine 2. The current version of the Unreal Engine I'm using is 4.25.4. If you have a slow PC, I recommend using 4.17 or lower. So how are we gonna create this level? We gotta go to File, where it says Load and Save. I'm gonna create new level or press Control N. If you're on 4.19 or lower, you will have default, empty level, and VR basic. If you are on the version 4.20 or higher, you will have default, empty level, VR basic, and time of day, which is a day-night cycle. What you want to click on is the default level. It will create the new map. You will have a skylight, a sphere reflection capture, atmospheric fog, a floor, a light source, and a player start. If we hit play, this is what we get. It's just a floor and a player. So how we can get this to be more like a level? What we gotta do is go to modes and our editor view, take landscape to activate it. It's gonna compile the shaders. Let's expand this. Alright, so we got layers, location, rotation, and scale. On the scale, we want to decrease this by 60, by 60, by 60. And the number of components, we want this to be 6 by 6. I'm gonna let this compile the shaders. Then we're gonna, once you're satisfied with these settings, hit create. Then once it creates the landscape, the new landscape for us, we're gonna get rid of this floor component that was created. It's by default. And yes, when we create this new landscape, it's gonna give us an error message that says lighting needs to be built, 36 unbuilt objects, and it'll give us a gray message saying disable all screen messages to suppress. We can get rid of that, but we can get rid of that in a few moments. Let's get rid of the floor component by clicking on the floor component. Press the delete on keyboard, and let's click on our player start. Our player start. Uh, let's move our. You know what? Let's delete our player start. Let's bring in a new player start component in. And let's go to volumes. We need to bring in the reason why we get this lighting error, because we need a light mass importance volume. That's important. Whenever you create a new um whenever you create a new level in Unreal Engine, you need a light mass importance volume. That's why you get error message. Whenever you create a new level, you will be getting that message every time. So make sure you have the light mass importance volume. For the scale and the details panel on the right hand side here, I always recommend for the scale for XYZ. I scale it to 500 for the XYZ. Now, before we just build the lighting, I'm gonna press the on your keyboard where there's a I'm gonna show this the key on the screen here. Show you that key. You know where the tab key and the escape key on that keyboard? Right there, right between that tab key and escape key. Hit that key right next to that number 1 key. You hit that key there. It's supposed to trigger that command console. It's supposed to trigger that command console. Or whoops, wrong. You hit that key between the tab, the escape, and number 1 key. It brings up the command console, and you type in, as I type it, disable all screen messages. Then you press enter. It will disappear that screen. You will never see that message again. Then you click this arrow right next to build and the editor. Then you scroll down to build lighting only. You click that. If it's your first time running that, it'll give you a message that you need to. It's gonna start at the sworn connection. Make sure, like this message. Make sure you don't take public networks because you don't want to run it on a public network. Make sure you take private network because I'm running this on a home network. Then you take allow access on a private network. Then later on, when we build our game, there's an important piece of software that you need to build the game. That is a required piece of software that is required to build your game. That is required to build your game. Otherwise, it will not work. We'll get to that later on into the series. And the build of the lighting doesn't take that much time, but it depends on how much you put into your level, and depends on your PC. Then we click once it's done building the lighting. Then we click save all. save selected. Then we go to our third person BP, which is the third person blueprints. Then we go to our maps. Then we're gonna rename this to our level 1. Call this level 1. You can call it you can call it floor 1, whatever you want to call it. I'll call this level 1 and click save. So if we go to our maps here and our third person blueprint, and there it is. Now, as a pro tip, I don't want, whenever I want to go back into to modify this map, I don't want it to launch into the third person example map. I want to go to edit, project settings, the project settings. Yep, maps and modes, editor startup map. I'm gonna select level 1 map because I want to go to that level, the map that we just created, so I can edit that map anytime I want. Oh shit! I just exited that map. Okay, sorry about that. So the reason why I want to. Okay, wait, I didn't want to. No. Alright, so I wanted to set the default editor startup map to level 1 because I want to come back to this created map so I can edit the one I created, so I can edit that map anytime, anywhere I want. So if we go back here, now this is where the fun begins. So later on when I want to. Alright, so right now it's just a plain square. Let's change the camera speed to like 6. This is what the level looks like right now. It's just a what? Just like it's just a square. Just a square. I want to do something like do something like a square. Do like a mountain level. So if we go back to our like a full, if we go to our modes, go to foliage. No, not foliage. What is it? Landscape. Tool strength to 0.3. Brush size 2048.0. Might have to go to the marketplace. We'll get into that in the next tutorial for more in-depth level designing. For now, we're just gonna do the basics of creating a level. Or we could just left click and drag. Or we can press Control and click. Don't worry, we can later on the development, later on the level design, we could smooth these smoothen it out. And somewhere in this level, we can leave some empty space for the player to start. Okay, no. Control Z to back that out. Go back here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, later on, we're gonna smooth this out a little. We're gonna leave, like, yeah, this right here, we're gonna leave a gap. There we there we there we are. There we are. Perfect. In the middle here, I'm thinking about doing like a little lake. Um, component size expand. Click. No. Add. Sculpt. No. Um. Button. Oh, that's paint. No, it's sculpt, smooth, flatten, erosion. It's the erosion tool. That's where we want to make a lake. Is that the erosion tool? Flatten. Be the erosion tool. Bring this. Let's bring up a little. There you go. Press Control and click. Look at this now. Now it's starting to be more of a lake. We're gonna smooth it out just a few moments. Click. Let's go ahead and just flatten this out. Oh, okay. That will work. Perfect. Okay. I don't know why there's two-player start controller, two-player starts. This one, these two can go. And the one I said that will go over here, so let's do that now. And let's grab the player start over here. How see how okay, so that we need to rotate by 180. Player start needs to be rotated on the Y by 180. How it looks right now. Once it'll be 145 degrees. On the Y, dipshit. Player start. Oh, it's the freaking Z axis. There we go, that's better. Alright, so now we need to set some blocking volumes right here. So the way we do that is go to volumes. Same place we got the like mass importance volume. which is top, very top top here is it's gonna be the second volume right from the top from the audio volume called blocking volume. Right here, we need just left click, drag it into the scene. Just the blue, just left click on the blue volume, just drag it down till it collides into the level. And we just need to scale it on the blue. I'm gonna say 20. Then on the X, the blue is the Z axis, and the red is the X axis, and the green is the Y axis. We're not gonna scale it on the Y axis, we're gonna scale it on the Z and the X. On the red, I'm gonna say 20 as well. Actually, no, we're gonna scale them by 10 more. 30. Yep, we're good. Yeah, that looks. Yep, good. Now we just need to scale this. Okay, that looks good. Alright, to duplicate this, we're gonna click on the blocking volume, pressing Control W. And Unity and Unreal Engine, their ways of duplicating is different. In Unity, duplicating is Control D, and Unreal Engine is Control W. Keep that in mind. Come on. Now we're gonna drag it on the y-axis, and we're gonna rotate on the y by 180. No, not 180, by 90 degrees. No. It's the z-axis, never mind. Rotate this on the z by 90 degrees. Perfect. So that player cannot go out of bounds. If we test this out now, don't worry, the player cannot run. At this time, we'll get later into that functionality as long later on in development. See, the player cannot go off the map. That's why blocking volumes are important. Perfect. Now we just need, and you see that message still pops off because we just added those blocking volumes. Remember, you hit that key. As I said earlier, when we added the importance volume, like mass importance volume, to bring out the console command, and just re-enter that to re-enter to enter this in the console. To get rid of that, then same thing as before, fill lighting only. Gotta do that every time when you we gotta do that every you gotta rebuild the lighting every time you either if it's a volume, a model, anything you place an actor. It can be any other actors you place into a level. You gotta rebuild the lighting every time. You gotta do that every time when you place an actor, a model, an audio, anything. You gotta build the lighting every time. Oh, the autosave, we're not gonna worry about the autosave. I'm gonna show y'all how to disable the autosave because it's gonna give you that message every time. It gets annoying. I highly recommend disable the autosave. %. Awesome. Lighting build completed. Awesome. Then we can click save all. Go. Okay, why is it so blocky like freaking Minecraft? Oh, never mind. I was fixing to say it was all blocky for a moment like Minecraft. Okay, before I end this tutorial, let's fix let's disable autosave. We need to go to edit, editor preferences, not project settings, because autosave is not located there. It's under editor preferences. In editor preferences, go to loading and saving under general, loading and saving. Then you scroll down to autosave. Where it says enable autosave, untick that. Oh, when you untick it, it will be false. And there you go. Now, that's the basics of simple level. So we got our lake, we got our mountain, basics of a mountain, our player start, our invisible walls. Now in our next tutorial, we're gonna start getting into painting our levels, try and get some mud, some grass, some rocks, basically a forest going on in here. Then we can get then later on then the series we can basically get something going on, basically try and get a story going on. Alright guys, that is simple how to create a level in Unreal Engine. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure the notification bell is clicked so you don't miss a single upload, stream or premiere I got come to this tutorial to the channel. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in a brand new video.